Yay. Yoo-hoo. For fuck's sake. Welcome. I do hope it works now. Would be nice if it did. I have the slight suspicion that it will in fact not. But we shall see. First and foremost, what the fuck am I? What the fuck is happening in the background? I am still not sure if this stream actually works, but I will have a look at it. Yes, as a matter of fact, it actually does. Yoo-hoo. Okay, how are we gonna approach this? So, having a look at it in the background is nice, now that I know that it somewhat works. Context. Yeah, as the screen description already said, I am attempting to make a D&D one-shot due to me running a game tomorrow, and I haven't prepared anything, so to say. Was kind of on the win to figure out what the hell to do. And yeah, therefore I am just gonna go ahead. At least the theme is already decided, which is nice. We got some Feudal Japan, high fantasy stuff going on in D&D, of course. I will be running for 3 people. I have no idea what they will play. I'm gonna put this out from the get-go. I will not orient the game around the players. If that is... well, it is how stuff will happen and work. However, I will take the considerations of anyone and everyone watching in consideration, and we shall see. Maybe we can make up a good game together. I have prepared some background music. Well, I've looked up background music, and it appears that this might be one of the more useful or pleasant sounds. I have linked to the music in the video description. I cannot run around stealing stuff from people. I will, however, turn the music up a notch. So, what am I thinking of when saying I want to make a D&D game? Well, first we have to think of an overall story. Since we are in Feudal Japan, we're gonna ask the simple question: what is a goal of our heroes? I do not know that one yet. But it's a good place to start with. Next question we want to ask is something that I can actually not answer yet, is who are our heroes? Another big question. Next in line is the most important thing. What is the story? I have a setting, at least. to start with. And depending on how this goes, I will just throw all these things together and see what we will come up with. We are going for a feudal Japan. With high fantasy. Next in line, what is connected to them? Why are they together? Something that I cannot answer either. What else is there that might be quite useful? There should probably a threat, so let's put that there. What is the threat? And I will just go ahead and freehand with blue a bit into what is the goal of our heroes. I want now let's go with the answers for now that I have. We start with quest. This quest can be by different people, everyone having a single quest. Quests, we will write it down. Different per person. Different per person. Yet I do want them to be similar overall. Okay. Trying to fit a story together. Going well so far. Quests. Well, let's start with drawing some lines to understand what we do. What is the story? The story is determined by the quests. Who are our heroes and why are they together? This is directly linked to the quest, and goal of our heroes is also linked to the quests. With each of them trying to succeed on their personal mission. Next in line, we have what is the threat, which I would determine by having an overall look at the different quests and at the settings. Other than that, the threat itself, other than that, the setting does of course determine the quest. So, what can I imagine them for quests to be? I kind of want to have a wider range of quests to zoom in a bit, it's easier to see, to have a wider range of quests. For that I can kind of tailor them to another. This does, however, should be very difficult in regard that there is, at the end of the day, some information missing for me. For this I will quickly go ahead and have a look into the group chat from the phone, so that I know how, or better yet, what the hell they are actually gonna play. And with that I can together figure out and see what different quests I can give for them. Okay, one of them wants to be a ranger. We will start with marking this in like a green color and putting it here for our heroes. We have a ranger. I have no idea what I can do with that in Japan, but we'll have that figured out. Give me a moment. He wants to play a ranger. Sure. What about the other ones? Okay, got that stuff. Next in line, since we are here already. Hi, Michael. Wait. I don't know if it's good for you to constantly witness how I'm gonna build the entire thing. Is it? I don't know. Nice of you joining me. Anyway, Ranger. We've got the Ranger. I have no idea what the other two are gonna play. I would think something of a samurai or some kind of sword wielding. I forgot how to write. A sword person. Ray. I have no idea what else is there. And we'll just try to connect this to another in like a box that we put in there, and try to connect this to different quests, each for one person. What these are gonna be, I do not know yet. And in regard that one of my certain players was watching, I do not know if I am comfortable with just throwing it around already. So I will just keep that out for a moment and see if it actually and see how much it works. Monk. Okay, monk. I can work with a monk. Good. We'll put that in. Was a blessing, kind of, that the guy went in there and looked for it. We have a monk. Hi, Jacob. Wait, you're gonna join as well? I wasn't aware of that. That's new to me. Okay, we'll have that figured out, and maybe Warlock. Okay, got that. So we've got a different range of characters. Now, what is the commonality? Since we do need something that is, after all, connected, or like it keeps the entire group together. For this, I am thinking to have like basically the quests at the same place, being connected to another by the simple means of location. Might be kinda useful. So it's basically just gonna end up for them to. Okay, I see. So it's gonna basically end up for them to travel to the place together, and to have an adventure at this place, which is gonna be part of their personal mission, so to say. Now it works. Okay. With this said, what do we know about the setting? That's a really good question. So we'll just take another arrow and try to connect the setting to the location, and we need to connect the thread either to the location itself that they are gonna travel through, or back to the setting. In this sense, I am thinking of putting some, since we are playing in high fantasy after all, of some Japanese mythological creatures. Creatures. That being said, D&D itself doesn't really offer much. That means I am kind of drawn to either looking it up or sticking to the books, in which case I either throw something at the party that they have met before because they have already encountered a similar setting once or twice in the regular game, or I am just to kind of shoehorn something into. Would probably work. Don't know how, but maybe it does. Okay. That means I will just put the swords person to the side, and for now we have ranger, monk, and warlock. I do think the fourth or third-ish to maybe pick a sword wielder. It's not like there is an entire class called samurai in D&D 5e. Okay, we continue on. Since we do find ourselves at this simple problem of homebrew creatures, I will look this up either at the end of the stream, hopefully when no one else of my party is watching. Otherwise I would spoiler the shit out of them, which I do not want. Again, check the description, people. But I am quite confident that with the wide range of yokai, like the few hundreds there are, although I do want to have a certain period in mind when writing the game. So I will kind of stick around this, and this does unfortunately limit me, except for Oni, to jump over into homebrew territory, which is notoriously unbalanced. Thus being said, the entire thing also opens up a question which I am not entirely sure how to answer, which is back again related to the characters, and therefore ends up with the simplicity of how difficult do I want to make this game, or in simpler terms, what level should the party be. And just put this here. What level should the party be? Of course, we are talking here about average level. That means everyone will have the same level. And we shall see how that will fit into things. Okay, with the planning phase nearing its conclusion, what do we know about Japan? Well, about medieval Japan, since we are looking at feudal times after all. I'm just gonna write that down as another question that we have to answer. And that is, what do we know? This is more like to the audience and myself. First and foremost, I'm gonna draw the arrow. What do we know? I'm gonna have like this arrow connected here, so that we know that these belong to another. What do we know? Well, we know generally about history. We know generally a bit about Japanese history, even though it is unfortunately very limited. It's not something we really did do in school, in Austria at least. However, thinking of the Edo period might be quite helpful and allowing the characters for a probably wider array of options other than the clear plan of mythology. What else do we have? Good question. Genuinely about locations. There is always the option of going through a traditional medieval Japanese castle, which is cool. Or we could go through some villages or towns. Is also nice. Since we do connect it with location after all. Generally, I will just put these closer to the location by itself. What else do we know? Let's start with a simple geography thing. There is Japan as an island, obviously, and therefore it is surrounded by water, so we can have a focus on the coastline maybe. However, there is also the point of Japan being divided by an wouldn't say wide range, but by a mountain range, most certainly, at least down the middle if you go from north to south. Around the height of Kyoto, I think it ends, but I'm not sure entirely to that. The mountain. So we have a changing terrain. Okay. We will take this as red and mark this as the location part that we want. So this is something we want to keep in mind when actually designing what the game is gonna end up in looking like. What is the threat? I will just box this in with this color. And we will just have this shoved over there. And to put some order into things, yellow should be fine into the what do we know category, which is basically consisting of the entirety of the location without the threat. I mean, we can kind of put it in as well. It does belong to the area after all, since there is some knowledge needed to make a proper introduction into the world. An important point of time that is very special is when do I want this game to play out. I think of the Edo period, but I am not entirely sure. Therefore, a simple Google search might suffice with going up. Basically just Japan, going over it and looking into its history with a quick Wikipedia search. Just realized that this is the wrong language. We will be right back. Or not, I'm too stupid to do it properly. Japan, there should be Japan Wikipedia somewhere there. Wikipedia English, there you go. Geography. We've got a wide range of mountain lands. The climate is probably not something I have to take into consideration actively, neither the biodiversity. The environment itself is, at least as described in here, not an issue either. Generally, I do see the game as interesting in regards of maybe putting some factions in there which might motivate certain party members, so we'll just throw that in as an idea. Japan was, after all, a very divided land. Not even if they, well, how do I formulate it nicely? Even if they had an emperor at some point, which was kind of less important than the shogun, but we will put it to the side. What do we want is factions. And in regard to the land itself, I want probably something that probably an area that does resemble the coastline and the mountains. So we'll just have to look over and see what is there as an option. I do think of picking Hubu, but I am not really sure. I mean, after all, it's not like there is Kyoto right there, so we could always go with that. I'ma keep it in mind as a part of deciding I want a region. No. Also, I don't need to make it entirely accurate, but I do like some accuracy in the place. Although most of it will be, of course, since I am pressing for time, be related or regarded as imagination of my intuitivity, or basically I'm just gonna make stuff up and stuff is gonna be that way. It's the normal DM way anyway. We are next looking into, well, culture. I don't really think I need to explain culture or to have something in this direction. Indo period is later, I think, isn't it? Hoshu clan after shogunate. Do we have the time? I mean, we are playing feudal Japan, not the modern era. Let me just go. Shogunate enacted, including Bokeshato as code of control of the daimyo, and we've got this. Actually, I think the Edo period would be perfect. Yeah. The Edo period would be perfect. Why? Because I can put in things like flintlocks. And with Japan getting itself at this point in time separated from the international stage, I can kind of have this as an isolated place, but at which the characters may feel being left behind in time, if that makes sense. It's kind of like the world moves forward, but Japan doesn't, and the characters kind of stay with this. However, there is a push of new innovations and pressure coming into Japan. Or like came before that already, but we will kind of skip over that. Therefore, the Edo period would be perfect. There is everything in there. That does mean that the different factions cannot be at war though. So we're just gonna have them kind of competing. Yeah, makes sense if I just say they are like factions. They are of course clans. We know that Japan was compromised of clans. And they are competing for the Emperor's favor. And with this, with a bit of a look into history, we have our quest already. Don't know if that's don't know how this will run into the players, or how the players will think if I kind of would change. I am not sure if I actually want it to be changed to the point that they are essentially competing with each other around something, around obtaining an item. But still being stuck to another for the simple means of protection. Also, with this I cannot make the level too high, because otherwise they would otherwise if someone would play some high level spellcaster, if ranger isn't the actual option, this is this is directed to a certain player. He knows who he is. Therefore, I think that I kind of have to have the level at a reasonable 6th or 7th. Yeah, probably 6 or 7 might be fine. It does, of course, still be connected to what stats I find. This is very important. And if I fail to find proper stats, or like stats that are not astronomically high, then I have to come up with something different. But for now we have the general quest that is a fetch quest. Now color it differently, since it's, or I'm not gonna color it differently. Apparently I'm not gonna color it differently, but I think I have the perfect plan. Fetch quest, and we want for the fetch quest Emperor or Shogun, of course. And for the fetch quest we want, I don't know really, we want an object. What else is Japan really known for that I can connect with this? Since we have a monk, I do feel it's smooch dishonest if I'm just gonna throw it in as a monastery. I could just... Yeah, I might actually just try to change it into a kind of a castle together with a monastery. So we're just gonna do it in there. Terry, but the monk can't have any involvement with it. Like, if they stand directly against the party, they will absolutely die, knowing my players. Yeah, okay. This is fine. Let's mark the stuff we already have as green. We have the time, we have the quest, which does work really well with each other. We have the location. Gonna have this bit thrown down. The location is of course connected to the quest in regard to the object at which the location is at, which will be the monastery. And therefore I don't know, I kind of want to throw out something that doesn't make the players hate me, so that they do have like a common goal and a side goal for each. Yeah, this sounds nice. We have a common goal and a side quest each. And a side quest each. What will the common goal be? The common goal is already as we have there, but I do as we have written down lower. But I will not have another line drawn through the entire thing. It's gonna be to obtain an object of high value and status. Maybe I tweaked time a bit. No, this might work. Clans do still exist, but only really small clans. Yeah, well, we can have the players coming from different small clans, except for the monk who will come from a different source. Probably from a monastery, but it doesn't really matter since the factions would work from the same point of view from the faction to try to impress the shogun or get like benefits or something. Obtain an object of high value and status and deliver it up it to, I don't know, what place is there that is close or good enough? Yeah, let's say Kyoto. Or like deliver it to a location. And we'll just put Kyoto in as an idea. Side quests. What do we want for our side quests? Generally, I want them to be tailored to each class more than anything. Really, they could be they could be related to fetching a specific item, since they do not have all to bring the same items. They just have to bring a item from the place. Yeah, might be useful to have a side quest individual to player. Okay, I've got this. And lastly, what will the party level be? We are going to go low to mid-range. We are not gonna do we're not gonna go into having players running around with level 20. That would really take the, wouldn't say tension or a dramatic suspense, but it would kind of take the bit of realism that I aim to achieve within the game out of any semblance of things I can provide for my dear players. So, since I've got this, Jacob, since I do know that you are watching as well, if you want to spoiler yourself, you are welcome to stay, same as Michael, but it's still, if there is a point that I would spoiler too much for you, I will tell you if that's fine with you, since I do guess that you are there. Oh, but I do not know if you're gonna come, so we will just keep that one in mind. Next in line, we have pretty much everything written down. We have a rough idea of what we want, and we have a rough idea of when we want it and what we have the players to go through. Well, we don't really have that one. We need challenges along the way. So, what are we gonna end up with? What is the general structure gonna be? First, it will likely revolve around a journey. I am really hard trying not to make this a journey to the west kind of thing, even though I have written an entire other campaign for it. But we're not gonna go into this. We are gonna have a journey from a place to a place, to the monastery, let's say. To the monastery. We have secondly the monastery. Alright, let's start with spot 0, introduction. Might be quite useful. Intro, the characters get together as they are looking for allies to make the journey to. Next, journey from a place to the monastery. This is this place. Oh, come on! This place is gonna be the starting place. A coastal town. To the monastery. Would work around. Next, what do we want? We want the monastery. Followed by which is gonna be the main core of the adventure, or like the second half. Really, we have the first half core, half of the adventure, really, and we have the second half of the monastery. Then, third. We have the journey, again, to the place where they will deliver their object. A journey to the, I don't know, we can just call it delivery, really, or journey to the place where they want to go, or we can just put it in like a Kyoto. Okay. I do, as a DM, plan on making this a race. I am not sure how nice this will work, in regard that I have to look up a few things over the Edo period. Popular enjoyment of arts and culture prevailed. Established homogeny was given shogun by the emperor. We are just having a quick look at the place. I am looking what... Well, worst case I can always just Google it and go like... stuff like where there are trains. There, or better, what new... yeah, let's call it new things or inventions were present in the Edo period. Science and technology in the Edo period. Okay, clock. Mining. More techniques. It's not really helping me in regard of figuring out if there were trains or things like that. Although these might be interesting items that I might throw in as some that players can claim for their respective faction. Okay. Trains appear in Japan, arrive in Japan. They were not there in the Edo period. They were really not present. Can I put it maybe at the end of the Edo period? I do kind of want to have a look at it. Yokohama opens. History of rail transport. Early development. Early development to today's day and age. Okay. Wait, what? I think someone has fucked up in Wikipedia. Hey, we actually found something in Wikipedia. Yoo-hoo. A mistake. Oh well. Always nice finding this stuff. So, we have a rough idea of what we want. Now let's look over to Google Maps. And we will look and try to get a point of where the fuck we want our place to be. Thing is, Osaka is really helpful since you can make as a DM, not like as myself. I have a rough idea. I had a lot of looking into Osaka for a project I had once, but it's way too close to Kyoto. So instead we will be looking at the northern part. What do we have? Okay, let's start with this. At somewhere around here, Nagasaki. I forgot where it was. Oh god, the Dutch had their. Well, they were basically during the Edo period the only people that were allowed there. Hiroshima and Nagasaki should be somewhere here. Therefore, I can try to... I don't really want to inflict too much into the players' options or into the backgrounds, although I will throw a wrench into anyone trying to put too much effort in it, so you don't really have to make too much of a backstory. We're just gonna try to do to write out the factions. Other than the clans, we have the lands slash. No, it's the Dutch. Dutch E. Is it the East India Trading Company? No, it's a Dutch trading company. I don't know if it is actually the East India one. I might need to check that again. Where were the Dutch during the Dutch traders? Yeah. Okay, we have the Dutch traders at the island of Dejima in Nagasaki. At Nagasaki. And before that we have... Okay, that means we have this. We have the Dutch traders. Alright, I have returned. For fuck's sake. Where were we? Alright, yeah. The Dutch as a faction. They are just trying to gain influence or something. In my book. We have a Dutch trading company. Second we have a clan. A third for the monk, I think of I don't know really. What can I do for the monk? Probably a monastery. I don't know if at that point they did be... I know that somewhere, not directly destroyed, but under the control of the state. I don't know if all of them were at that point. Might have been, since Japan was pretty unified at this point. And lastly we just throw it onto the swordsperson or the ranger to have like honor redeemed, or like a quest for redemption. Okay, so we have the factions. They are roughly corresponding to whatever is there, more or less. I kind of plan on making this. Ranger, I don't know. Maybe we do the warlock for the Dutch. We will see. We will see. Alright. Next, having a look at it. So basically an island somewhere around here. Just give me a moment. Go somewhere around the south. Anyway. Okay, there's a lake. I want to look for Kyoto Castle. Must have a castle after all. There are a lot of castles. Alright. Temples. More temples. This Imperial Castle. Okay. Important. General idea. I just want to get a general idea of a structure. Since they have these mini gardens in between buildings, it is useful for me to not look at the parking lot beside, but have a general idea of how the place might have looked at the point of time. I don't know if I will actually send my players into or like up to the castle. I know this is not like the one in Osaka on top of a it's not on top of a wall or something like the actual castle here instead of the palace. We will see, but there is something I can work around with. Next in line, I am looking for a monastery. Maybe I can orient myself at a monastery. Okay. What if... Well, I will have to go through Kyoto. Kind of here. I'll have them end in Kyoto. It could kind of maybe look like going up to the mountains and see if there is like a monastery here. Or if there are no monasteries anywhere in any mountains. Maybe castles are better to look at. Looking for inspiration, be like that as a DM. Castle ruins. I kind of might change a castle to be like directly in the mountains. And have the characters kind of tracking up to it, see how far we will go. As being said, I do want to generally to be a bit away from Kyoto and roughly in this area. What is this? It's a garden. Miyoko. This does sound like one of... Yeah, I have heard of this one before at least. What if we kind of span out and look for a castle around this place? Gonna be somewhere. Castle ruins, castle, castle. I don't think that's a castle. Hard to work with something like that. No. Well, lucky that we have mythology on our side and that I can just go ahead and throw a castle anywhere. In this region there are a fuck ton of castles that I know from history. There's this one again. Okay. Since we don't find any suitable ideas there necessarily, we are heading out and looking for castle art. And you know, just looking out, trying to find something useful and something that I can actually make a map for in a short amount of time. Not something like this here. That would be a bit too much. Going for what? 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stories. It's a bit too much. Now this is something I can work with. Smaller, it's still a castle. Hime Castle, mid-century. I don't know, I'll just look for it. You know, nothing else like looking for castles in your downtime. Oh, it's that one. Yeah, I know that one. As a matter of fact, I actually know that one way too well. Osaka, yeah. Castle. Now this is at least somewhat useful, gives me some idea. And this, while being entirely over top, is also the other castle again. Going into a nice idea of what I might want there. I'm gonna go copy and hop over into another tab again. Kind of want to see what is there. Looks good. Probably. I mean, I'm not complaining. think I might have found my castle. It's not big by any stretch of the imagination, only like 10, 20 core. I can make something work. Yeah, I can. Got a good idea of what we are doing. And we got a good idea of how castles should roughly look like when we are designing them. This one's actually quite nice. Okay. So what do we know? First and foremost, our castle. We want our castle, or monastery, it's still a castle, we can call it a castle. This channel is called after castle after all. We want a castle. We want that castle to be on a mountaintop. We want this castle to be inhabited. We want this castle also to be more than just a core. That means a core and additional buildings. Buildings and additional buildings, and as a good last thing is it is to be something of myths or legends. As we have our object, our place, and time to go ahead and have a rough look at what else we can throw at it. I want another page. And time to go ahead and jump in designing the castle. Beforehand, I will look for a map from the Edo period. Map from the Edo period of Japan. If there are there they should be. There's like no way there isn't a map of the sort. Oh, there is. A picture here. I mean, I can use the basic picture that everybody knows from the Edo period. The Great Wave of Kanagawa. There's no one who doesn't know this, who I know at least. I want it to be past the warlord period. Probably early Edo period then. Probably. Okay, who's this guy? This is probably too early. Yeah, this is way too early. But I can use this map. I will just go ahead and try to copy it and see if I can take out the Word document in the background and throw it in there. Throw it at my players. Since, well, I don't imagine any one of them. I do not speak Japanese. I don't think any of them would speak Japanese. At least not old Japanese, so the hell do we know? No, it does work, it does work. I mean, I don't know how the new Ranger works, but if one of the players wants to play a new Ranger, then they play a new Ranger. Okay, we want next in line. Well, music, got that in the description already. Thing, ding. Yeah, we want the castle on the mountain tops with a little by castle, and yeah, this is going reasonably well. Yeah, okay, so we'll just have a crack at designing the castle first and foremost. What do we want the castle to be? Must be somewhere here. I remember there were forms and shapes here to add. Weren't there? Text. Draw rectangles, exactly. Lovely red rectangles. Yeah, okay. We'll start by doing this at a scale of probably 10 feet is 1 square. Yeah, that's not of that. Is a square. Is a square, and we want a larger place to hover around. Rectangle, I want a brownish shape for the beginning, and we're just gonna start with... No, I need to erase that. Gonna start with putting a place here. Then we will switch over to red. Have this put in. If you don't know what I'm doing yet, don't worry. 40 feet. Actually, let's change that, and we're just gonna make 5 feet. Next, erase this. I want... What do I want? Bridges. Yeah, we can do bridges. We can do bridges. Don't see a problem with doing that. Center it out. Gonna have the entry. Following up, we have the bridge, we have the entry. Probably make this a small courtyard on the other side, like this, and have it connected with the bridge to the other side, to the side. Yeah, okay, we can work around this. Come on. Like this. Okay, next in line I want more of the red. I'm just gonna draw some shapes up that I think would be quite valuable to work around. 5 by 5. And we're gonna do another 3 by 3. We're gonna have next to the 3 by 3 courtyard ending in a larger terrace. Yeah, I can work with this. Just gonna put it like this though. Might be better off. Yeah, might be better off doing it like this. What are these places? Give me a moment, I am about to explain. This is gonna be the side complex. I want 2 places. Or like have the castle split. The first part is the main castle, the larger part. The second part, well, the main castle, if I would actually get it to work, if I could actually touch it, there we go. The second part is to be is to be another castle, a side castle, to be connected to the main castle, and to have the added benefit of also having treasure and whatever than the main castle. That means we're gonna kind of throw the main castle around with making it 3 stories tall. Yeah, this might be useful. We're gonna make this 3 stories tall, the main castle, and then we will have the second we'll have the second complex. Also have a castle part. If you excuse, there we go. Also a castle part, which we are logically gonna put at the very edge. Or not, because for some reason I cannot touch the rectangles properly. Okay, so part, a gate, second main castle, watchtower, a barricade around, and put in a garden here for good measure. Gonna take this square for it. I'm gonna shift it a bit. I want there to be a wall. Kind of here, yeah, sure. We can shrink this wall into that. And we can put this wall so that it's just like putting it in just 2 sections. Then we go ahead and draw another thing. I want to make this a bit smaller to indicate it being on a higher level. I'm gonna put it right in here, the shrine. Means you go in, you have a tower, you have the house, you have before that, well, you gotta have like a space here or something, and then you have the little castle reaching into a garden with the pavilion, or like a little altar thing. Can I even touch them? Yeah. Since they are connected, I want the second part to be, come on, well, working for one. Am I not allowed to? Apparently I cannot go ahead and move this. It just doesn't want to. In this case, I'll just continue drawing, really. So, place here. Small gate. Gonna have a space beforehand. I'm gonna have as well a wall structure. In this case, I do make it a bit more complicated with trying to add more structures to the overall dynamic that is there. It's not gonna be truly something grand. It's anyways just a small idea I'm having that I will work out at the end or after the stream, likely after. That means, what do we want? We want roughly an outline like this, probably with spaces attached here and here, at which I'm gonna just do a freehand with blue. We're gonna have an entry, or we're gonna have the entry through here. I do not know yet. I will figure that out. If I mean, I can just put something here. Then we have going in, entry points, more entry points, and that's kind of the core concept of the place, with like, of course, there being a chasm around it, but it's like, what do you even imagine there else to be, since we're on top of a mountain? Kind of make it like this. So we've got two mountains. Two mountain tops that are separated, and only a narrow bridge will connect the two of them. I do not know much about the interior design of castles in Japanese times. Probably making it like this would be better. That means we can also, yeah, if we do something like this, and we keep the dynamic with the many spaces. Wrong side, I don't want freehand, I want rectangle. I can imagine putting the entire T of the place into a larger concept, like putting a gate here. Then before the gate we do have, wouldn't call it watchtower necessarily, but additional axes that will spin around, so to say, like going here, going in here. That means if you travel, you are going up the mountain to the side, and can either go into this area or have to travel around, venturing from place to place. That means that the focus should be on this and these spaces, since this is really much easier to make, making it good because it's small. This one I do not know. I kind of feel like maybe shifting it so that there is an upper point to have like a structure above the gateway, or like the door that is gonna be there. And to have these weird zigzag movements might be entertaining as well. Now the big question. What lives in there? Or better yet, what is in there? What is Japan well known for other than yokai? I'm gonna have a quick look at it. It's mostly yokai. Logical creature. Creatures other than yokai come from Japan. Great, these are all yokai. These are all spirits. This is really great. But it does give ideas. This actually gives me something that I can work around in regard to it being in D&D of sorts. Like you see, there is okay, no yokai, but there's like a ghost. There's a stat block for ghosts. Large-headed spirit that lives in the mountain passes of. Thought to be the reincarnation. What the fuck? Sure. I will just open a few of them and have a look around. Akuma, Yurei, Yokai, Kami. What is good for D&D? What works? What can I throw in there? Very odd creatures, partially. But I do kind of not just want to not to have them resemble the Japanese standard. I kind of want to pick some more not just some kitsune or yogomuros. I just want something more that my players are not entirely familiar with. It's actually really hard looking at all of this. Oh, I just... Where was she? Amaterasu. Kusunagi. Notsurugi. Okay, cool. Sword, cool, might come as an item. Yeah, let's have each of them maybe look for a separate, distinct item. Or give them a range. That also works. Of items. Then you can just make an entire D&D campaign around basically just demon hunting or like yokai hunting, and just look for and just throw in as much of these things. Yeah, I think that might actually be part of the thing I'm gonna do. If I head back here into the starting page, I want basically then to encounter as much of that as possible. Basically, this is encounter after encounter. And for those, I'm gonna make a list. List plus rolls, like making a list of d20, and they get to roll out what creature they will inevitably run into, each like twice or so, and they have large, and well, there is a really large array of yokai to pick from. It might actually be more useful to look at the yokai that there are stats for, in regard to, well, otherwise there is the big problem that if you go for a really obscure yokai or maybe even a demon, there is just you're just not gonna have any luck with it. And I really don't feel like making stat blocks for the weirdest yokai that are just not gonna do really well. What is this? Yokai races. I don't know, I do have to no, that is cool artwork. I do have to, it's also a cool artwork. Man, there is a lot of cool stuff, but I do have to look at reality and see what I can run around with. CR24 too high. CR5 can work with that, don't know how to throw it in there. This is something completely different. This is yokai races as well. What is this? Yak folk. Kaname, only CR3. Yukiana. Tengu. Aren't Tengu supposed to be like this super powerful yokai? Aren't they like supposed to be on basically the top of the yokai power hierarchy? Why are they only CR3? No, I don't need to understand. There are some things I don't need to understand. Yeah. You know what? Instead of me looking boring the ever-living hell out of the viewers, I will go ahead, choose these creatures later, not spoil. What is this? Snake. Ooh, snake. Ooh, more snakes. Ooh. I will instead head out looking more for items that they might have an interest in. Then looking up stat blocks. Since we already have half the stuff covered, kind of it's very rudimentary, I will spend the entire night working out in figuring what the hell I have going on here, what I need to do. But otherwise, I mean, I can just always give him like a map like this. Is there a map of Kyoto region? That's something I want to see, of Kyoto region. Perfect. This is not Kyoto. Why is there so much obsession with Edo era Tokyo? There we go. Another Kyoto map. And they already had a grid system, look at it! Amazing. Maybe I have the characters start. Oh, this is something that is really helpful. Maybe I'll have my characters and my players start in Kyoto after all. Or, no, it's probably better starting them in a different place, kind of having them more shipped to the place and then having to walk back. That is if there is a race. To end this relatively... How long are we going on? This relatively short stream. It was only 1.5 hours. I am just gonna go with you through this nice article from History Skills on kind of getting into the vibe of what was life in the Edo period. I'm not just gonna read through it entirely, I'm just gonna point stuff out that I see. The link I will just put into the description if I can, or not, apparently I cannot. Instead I'll just post it in chat. Might be interesting so that you can read together with me through the article, and if you feel inspired into finding out more of the place, you're welcome to do so in your own time. Other than that, okay. Real power, lay and hand of the shogun, we already know that, since the emperor was more of a puppet figure anyway. There is a centralized feudal system where it is distributed along regional lords, for which so basically one of them is, instead of working for a clan, gonna work for daimyosh. In a moment I have to write that into the thing. Where are they? There. Clan, we're gonna have yeah, I know it's written wrong, but I'm just gonna stick with it for now. And where were we? Art. There. Official governmental posts.
as the system was strategic move by the shogunate to control them. Beneath them were the warrior class, the samurai, the one everyone talks about, served as military of both shogunate and daimyosh. Ah, there's the wire, I see. Mostly modestly and often in financial distress, of course. The Shinokusho system based on Confucian ideals. Yeah, come on, my players are well educated, of course, they know Confucius. It's very understandable there. Reflected in dynamism. Managed to exert influence into arts and stuff, that's cool. Also flourished. The tea ceremony became popular. Going to school, yeah, we don't really have to go into school. It's like to live in a city. This might be useful for the third half, at which they arrive in the city. Or I can just make them start in a city or a town and have them like being around there. I'm just gonna take like a small town or something. Just gonna have them around there. Gonna put out some places that they can be in before they go ahead and travel. Strict code, samurai and stuff. Artisans spend days crafting their goods. Merchants in urban areas. Merchants do more and of that. Food was, of course, tea, popular beverage. We've came to that. Comes to an end. External pressure from foreign powers, of course. The black ships. Yeah, don't think we have to go into that since we are still throwing our players into the Edo period and not at the end. I would rather have them at the start of the Edo period, personally. Most common form from education of commoners was temple schools, Buddhist temples. Maybe I'll have kind of the monk be there to be like, yeah, monastery or temple to not directly exert influence, but maybe they were institutions that did have a certain role. Only the Dutch were there. Social classes. 4 classes. Okay, that basically means I have 4 classes for my players that they can start as, except farmers. Artisans, they're probably not gonna play artisans, are they? None of them will play a bard, likely. Maybe one of them. That means basically we have... I can still put it in there, you know what, why not? A samurai, and then the rest of them, women's role were also defined, so strictly kimono for everyone. Yeah, okay. No, I don't mind. I can throw this in as like fun round for the backstory. Means I'll just open up a new page and gonna make this page for the players. Not that they are gonna have access to it by any measure, but that I can with you together think out what options the players really have. From what I heard, there is a ranger, There... Come on. Or not. There is a ranger. There is a warlock, maybe. There is a... How do I... monk. Okay. What backgrounds are there as options? We have the artist. We have the samurai. We have the merchant. And we have the... What was it like? Oh yeah, we do have the question mark for one of them that I don't know. And what was the last one? I already forgot again. Farmer. Yeah, I don't think any one of them was gonna play as a farmer necessarily. How far are we in? Still going strong. Don't think any of them is gonna play farmer, but we can still throw it in for flavor. Since none of them are gonna be like high nobility or so, this is kind of the samurai specifically. Next in line. Who do they work for? I would say they can work for Daimyos. I am so sure that I have written this wrong. Give me a moment. Where did the... no, this is the island. Dutch traders. Yeah, we can write Dutch traders. Where they are. Dutch traders. The other two options were... Where did we have them? Monastery. Yeah, a path of redemption. But we are looking currently for the factions. Monastery. Yeah, maybe monastery. Monastery and the path of redemption. Basically an outcast. Monastery. Monastery, or well, what else do we have? Oh yeah, background. I could give them is an outcast who doesn't have any of the other options to work for, but instead is tied to looking for redemption. Or something like this. I don't know. It's automatically. What else is there? We have the classes, we have the backgrounds, we have this. The only things left are... I give you a moment, the items. So I'm just gonna go like... Items. Factions. Classes. And backgrounds. I do want to kind of do a point system, but I'm not entirely sure if that would be. I don't want my players to fight necessarily. It might be a bad idea. If there are any other ideas from my viewers on which backgrounds the players might have, now would be the time to speak up. Notice yourself in chat. Get yourself noticed. Alright. Nothing yet. Although the stream is delayed for for some time. I do not know how to fix this. It does come from YouTube being kind of weird in regard to live streams. Twitch is much easier, arguably. Probably gonna stick to streaming games from Twitch then instead of YouTube. Okay. Nothing yet. So, classes, backgrounds, factions, items. That does make sense. I should be doing like this and delete these basically. Instead, I'm just gonna draw a freehand, please. Let me draw freehand. Lines in here to know where the separations are. Good. Basically, the players are free to choose in regard of what they can go for, except that Outcast is tied to Redemption. And in case that the monastery is exclusive to the monk, who can just go. Yeah, we'll make another point of this. And I will write it like, come on, like here, and that would be the how are they called? A temple's order. Or acolyte or something. However, since I do know that there is stuff, I will also, even if it is arguably more of a Chinese thing, give the option of a sage as a background. That said, the monastery. Come on. Is tied to this thing, and only the monk has access to taking the acolyte, which will automatically go with the monastery. Who's playing the monk, by the way? Interested. Who is gonna end up playing the monk? Okay. That means the last one we have is gonna be a wizard, Bladesinger. I'm fine with this. The wizard can go for sage, the wizard can go for samurai. Most of them are probably gonna go for Daimayosh, or I could make another option for the players to join in. Those, the other option being that they work for it's not yokai, it's give me a moment. How were the other bloody creatures called? Akuma, yokai, yuri, kami. New tab, or kami again. Okay, great idea. Kami or Yuka. Or I don't think Akuma is a good idea really to work for. No, Akuma is a bad idea. Ghost, soul of a person, a spirit, they can work for a yokai, or maybe even be devoted to Kami. In which I have to change something real quick in my list. First I will add Kami. Second, I will add yokai. Yokai are gonna have the same place as the Daimayosh, in which they are gonna be like, they are basically just gonna be Daimayosh but non-human. Oh yeah, races and stuff. If the characters... Yeah, that might be something that I do need to add as well. What options are there for races? But I need to make the acolyte. Yeah. I need to make the acolyte non-exclusive. I will make the monastery exclusive. But that's it. They can be like an artist. Probably not. Monastery. Acolyte would probably go into monastery or kami deities, not into yokai and stuff. That makes sense to me. However, I can be fair and give them the option to go into the monastery as well. Giving the monk exclusive access to the monastery by either picking Sage Acolyte into monastery, or well, the Sage Acolyte and then into whatever else, depending on if they want to play for an order or not. I do not know the levels yet. This is something that I will tell at the end. No, I will tell you after the stream. I have planned it to be low to mid-ranged levels. That means somewhere between 5 and 10 is the plan. But I do not know yet. Well, we continue. What else options do we have for them? Races. The big problem. The truly big problem. do not know. I want to give them more than just playing a normal human. It's a big problem for me. I do not know what races there are for them to pick. I can quickly go through the D&D races. Yeah, there's a nice comprehensive list. I am looking into races right now. I want something that works within the setting. I do not know about more yet. I still have to decide. I think I might look if there is a yokai supplement and see if I can throw a yokai supplement into the mix. But I do not know yet. That is something that I am very sorry, but this is probably, other than the level, the last thing I can throw in necessarily. Yokai D&D. There must surely be a supplement. What the fuck is this? Okay, The Comprehendium. It's a Kickstarter. It's another Comprehendium. Okay, we can look at the Comprehendium. Bestiary. I want character options. I want character options. Why are there no character options? Yokai D&D character options. Character. Jesus Christ. I do not know if this doesn't look balanced necessarily. Only Kappa. Ach, mir. No. Yeah. Yokai. For fuck's sake. Where are character options? Yes, they would be. Give me idea. They are not demons. I kind of want to dance around the point of Akuma. I'll have a look at that. Honor Volcano. Kappa, Hitsune, Tengu, White only, Black only, Very, okay. Let's have a look at it. You increase the strength of 2 and your constitution. Stand speed slower. Okay, this is fine. I can live with this for a one-shot. I can live with this for a one-shot as well. This might be a bit too strong. Dun. Okay. This works with me. Okay. And this is actually quite useful. So in the aftermath I'm gonna share this as options. That means we have races, yokai. Yokai race options. Accept. What was the super OP one? I forgot already. Accept the Tengu. Tengu human. There are no flying races. Tengu. Since I don't want any flying races in this one shot. I can't deal with that mentally. Would kind of be a problem as well. Items to be determined later. Determined later. Done. Whoop. Just gonna put it like this. How many Tengu are there? Okay. Temple. Oh. Good. Got that. Now the only thing we have hanging around is how many yokai are in there. We have Oni, the base Oni, black Oni, white Oni, blue Oni. What? I need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we're not counting this one. 8 and 9. Yeah, okay, we got 9 in number. Makes 10 total races, 5 of which being Oni. Is there another race I can add? New who? I mean, why not? Races, D&D. Maybe there is something like this on any flip or something. Any flip. Guide to the yokai realms. Interesting. I am looking for kaiju what? Fighting. Overview. Okay. Dragons. Man, these creatures are all way too powerful. Combo attacks. Okay. Generally speaking, if there is another there are races in there. Page, what is it? 70, 90. Looking through supplements, who doesn't like that in their free time? Probably not. Dragonborn. Do want to, yeah, I can maximum throw in Dragonborn on tops, but that's it. Uniborn. Yeah, okay, I can, I'm a throw in Oni. What? I'm a throw in Dragonborn, and that's it. but I'm gonna give my warlock the option to work for what's the fucking name of demons again? Yeah, don't know swearing. Akuma. Oh, I want this. Akuma. Demon. Or for, what is the other one? Or for Yue. Ghosts. For demons or that, but both of them are gonna be exclusive for the guy, and so I'm gonna go and they depend on the pact. Might throw Dragonborn out. Thinking. Okay. Okay, with this I have the number. I've got the numbers run out. I will send this thing in after the stream. Likely. I can't have my personal information leaked on the internet just yet. It's gonna happen way too soon anyway. But luckily enough, I think I am done. Human normal, and human variant, and that's it. And human variant. Okay, so I will end it at this point. I will send all the information to my players. Thank you for sticking by. See how I create D&D stuff. Mostly stuff that I'm not familiar with that much, so I'm kind of stuck into substituting my information to other sources, or like homebrew. A lot of DM work has to go with gathering information and working kind of backwards partially in order to figure out what to do with your players, what experience you want to give them. I haven't done nearly enough yet to consider this anywhere near finished. Maybe I'm not even at the halfway point. And this after like 2 hours plus half an hour preparation for the stream. Very time intensive work, Oh yeah, they do not need a background. Might want to write that in my notes there. No background story needed, no backstory needed. Maximum, we're gonna limit it to a maximum of 3 sentences. 5 short sentences. This is 10 words. Up to 10 words. Each. No long backstory. Very important. Cannot have that in a one-shot. Min of 2 short sentences. This. Do not want to get stuck on an incredibly long thing. Alright. With this, I end the stream. Thank you very much for joining me. We will meet again in the future. I will either will very likely continue the streaming stuff on Twitch, since it is much easier there. However, I do not know if YouTube will save the stream. Therefore, we will know after this after this experiment, so to say, and have a good evening or day, depending when you watch this. If there are any questions or so, feel free to leave them in the comments. I am trying to always have a look at them and to answer, and you will not be forgotten. Thank you very much. Have a splendid day, and see you around.